Hey guys, welcome back. Tango here, and today I want to do an update to the Iron Titan tutorial, specifically for version 1.9 and above. So there's one major change that they made, and this is going to be for if you're building a new Iron Titan or if you're upgrading an existing Iron Titan from 1.8 to 1.9. I'm going to show you the changes you need to make to keep it working and keep producing all that iron that we love to have. So the big change they made is related to nether portals. Now, a little explanation of what's going on here. So many of you know that the Iron Titan works by spitting items, specifically poppies, through the nether portal. Now, every time you shoot an item through the nether portal, it allows the entities in the area, and specifically in this case we're talking about our villagers, it allows them to continue processing their update tick, which allows our villagers in this case to continue to acknowledge and recognize the doors in the area. And what that does is it allows the villages to stay intact so that they don't merge together. It's kind of the whole chain reaction of what keeps the Titan working, okay? So in 1.8, when you put an item through the portal, it allowed them to continue processing that update tick for an extra 60 seconds or so. Now in 1.9, they have knocked it way down to 10 seconds, okay? So that means we got to put our items through that nether portal a whole lot quicker, okay? So we're going to continue shooting poppies through the portal, as always. But in the cases where we run out of poppies or don't produce enough poppies, we will supplement with iron, because that's obviously something we're also making a ton of. Now, I will say that in the 64 village version of the Titan, you actually already make enough poppies to shoot them through one every 10 seconds. I did the calculations, and there's actually a little bit of surplus, so you're fine. We're not going to have to use any iron, but I still recommend you do the changes down below that I'm going to show you in a second. However, on the 32 village version of the Titan, you won't be making enough poppies, so you will have to supplement with iron, but I do want to stress that it's still going to be, you're still going to make a tremendous amount of iron, even with the 32 village version of the Titan. So with that said, let me run through the changes here of what's necessary. So I will say that this is on top of the tutorial for the Titan. So whatever you see me doing here is something you just need to do in addition to the tutorial. When you get to that section of the tutorial where we do all the nether portal and redstone down below, just also supplement it with what I'm about to show you. All right, here we go. So like I said, the changes are down here by the nether portal. So you can start out by go ahead and break whatever little storage you have like that. Let me get rid of all that iron there. So what we're going to need to do is redirect our iron output over and into that dropper right there. So go ahead and break these two blocks right here and that there. Take a hopper and put it into the side of that dropper. Have another one coming up like that, okay? Now, you can take your hopper output now and have that go wherever you want. I'm going to have mine go out in this direction, right like that. And then break that guy right there. Send a hopper into him and a hopper into him. So now the poppy filter is still intact, but the iron will come out here, go across this hopper chain, and will have a tendency to go into this hopper here. If that's full, it will continue out here. So this is your output line right here. You don't need these blocks right here. Down below now, go ahead and put 2 more blocks like that. You can break the 2 blocks below it like that, and 2 more right there. Grab some redstone dust, put it right there. Put a block right there, and grab some repeaters. Put 1 there into the side of the portal and break that block on the portal and put another repeater right there. And then take some redstone dust and put it on top of the obsidian there and then on top of your dispenser, so you can see right there. Now that's going to go crazy, and it's obviously going to start. I probably got a bunch of iron in there. There it goes. It stops. Okay, so it should stop in a little bit. So that is that side over there. Now on this side, you're going to want to grab an iron block and put it against the dispenser. 1 down and 1 over like this. Grab a comparator, and we're going to read the signal off of that dispenser. Put it like that, and put a torch on top of that. Come over 2 more blocks, put a torch on the side right there, and connect the 2 with dust. Now grab a little bit more blocks and go like nothing like that, and put a repeater right there and a single dust right there. All right, and now for the most important part. Obviously, we need to change the hopper clock down here. So we need to get 10 items in there. So the original tutorial called for 50. Now we need to take it down to 10. So I'm going to grab 40 right like that. And it should leave me down with 10. That should stop at 10 and count down. Okay, definitely make sure you get 10 items in there. That's going to get the poppies shooting through the portal as quick as they need to. And that is it. That is all it's going to take to make the Iron Titan 1.9 friendly. So, for those of you curious, I will go over what we've done here and what I would say is a pretty efficient way. So, we still have our poppy sorter, or filter, I should say, working as normal, pushing them through this hopper here and kind of queuing them up there. The dispenser is going to be mostly full of poppies, as expected there. Again, this is, for the 64 village version, you shouldn't have to supplement any iron. But what we've done is we redirected our iron output, okay, over here and into these two hoppers. So you can see these guys are already filled up here. Now, this hopper right there is locked by this power line on the back over there. And it will only be allowed to put an iron into the dispenser there when that dispenser is completely out of poppies. So what we're getting is absolute minimal waste of iron. It's only going to put in one iron into the dispenser when it absolutely needs to, and then anytime some poppies come by, it's going to just choose those over the iron instead. So the way it works, we got a comparator here reading the contents of the dispenser. So anytime there's anything there, so if that's empty, I should say, this torch here will turn on. This torch will turn off, signal off, which depowers the hopper there, which will allow it to spit one item through. And as soon as an item goes in there, the process reverses. So, like I said, absolute minimal expenditure of iron. So you may have to shoot a little bit through in the 32 village version, but in the 64, you should notice no loss at all. That's going to do it, guys. 1.9 Iron Titan. As always, any questions you have about the Iron Titan and 1.9, just drop them in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer them. And if you appreciated this update, do me a favor and throw a like. I would be very happy. Thank you, guys, and I will see you next time.